What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Rivals of Ixalan draft. This pack is pretty good. There's a decent amount of good things. Two solid uncommon dinosaurs in Crested Hardcolor and Thrashing Brontodon. Very solid cards. Curious Obsession has impressed me quite a lot. Very often you just draw a card, then, you know, half of the time they end up having an answer, but since you draw, it's a 2 for 2. I mean, yeah, or 1 for 1 rather, it's not a big deal. And sometimes they don't have the answer and you just win the game, so it's pretty card I do like quite a bit. Crushing Tides, good interaction. Trailblazer, very good 2-drop. Honda good reroll. Mutiny, good reroll. Impale, even better reroll. And then the rare, Vona's Hunger, I think is fine but not amazing. Each time I cast this card so far, I had the City's Blessing actually. I guess it's slightly better than most Edict effects. I think Impale is still a better card. I'm gonna go with Impale, I think. It's just very good reroll. I could see picking Curious Obsession or one of the two dinosaur. The issue with this pick is that, I mean, if you pick one of the two dinosaur, you're passing another very good green dinosaur, and you might put someone into the same colors, which is not necessarily ideal. And Impale is just possibly the best common in the set. I don't know, Bombard is very good too. 3 mana instant speed, red reroll that deals 4 to a creature. But I do like Impale a lot. So I guess if we had to pick one of the dinosaur, we would pick Raging Regisaur now. Very solid gold card. Deadeye Howler I do like quite a bit too. Would go pretty well with Curious Obsession. Another Trailblazer I guess is good too. We'll just pick another Impale since, you know, we are willing to go black here, I guess. Alright, so Dinosaur Hunter I think is fine. Might just pick it. Yeah, I've had the ability being very relevant very often. Being able to trade with a rather large dinosaur is like, it happens, and it's not like a 2-2 with small upside. I think it's 2-2 with rather big upside. Maybe not as good as something like Stoker with nice evasion or Martyr of Dusk, but still very relevant ability. So I don't mind just picking that. Another option is just to pick one of the two Vampire. White-Black Vampire is pretty good. So these two creatures are slightly better than Hunter, but I think I like keeping Hunter, which is playable in any black deck, and we know we are black, so nothing is strong enough where I'm just willing to go into another color. I think pretty happy to pick the Hunter. And now there's a Trailblazer, which I do like a lot. Famished Paladin's decent too. Problem is, in some deck it's not that good. If you're aggressive and you don't have a lot of ways to gain life, it's kind of clunky. If you're playing defensively, you don't really care that you cannot really attack with it. If you have a lot of life gain, it's fine. I think this card is not great though. Trailblazer is just pretty amazing, and I could see going Black-Red Pirates. Mutiny is nice too. I think Trailblazer is better. I've been very, very impressed with this card. It is exactly the 2-drop the Pirates deck wants. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with that here. Okay. This card is good, but we have 2 double black cards. I think for now we'll not try to splash. We can just pick Border, which is solid 3-drop, or Mutiny, which is nice. I think it's gonna be Mutiny. I do like Mutiny a little bit more than that. Getting random 3-drop that are more or less efficient is not that hard in Black-Red Pirates. Mutiny is pretty nice though. I think that's a fairly late Trailblazer. 6 pick. I really like that card. I've been very impressed with it. I do like Dust Legion D-Lot too, but I think this is a deck in which we're gonna be Black-Red Pirate, most likely. And Trailblazer is just amazing in this deck. This card is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it kills the Trailblazer. I haven't seen that card being good yet, but I could see it doing things. It seems very difficult to flip though. Anyways, Trailblazer looking pretty good for us. Now we have Border or Firebrand. I think it's gonna be Border. I think getting 1 or 2 Firebrand is not that difficult. I don't mind this card, but I've had a draft where I end up with 4, I think, because they are very easy to get, and it was too much. I think I'm happy to run 1 or 2. but not too much, whereas Border is just very solid 3-drop in this deck. And I like playing 1 recover in all my black deck, but just 1, so I think we're gonna get 1 if we'd like to. Okay, Zealot's nice. I think this card is still a bit underrated. You see it going pretty late, but I really like it. Even outside of Vampire, it's just really nice body. Helps you get some better trades, or you know, it's even, you know, sometimes it's good because they have, you know, something like Raptor Companion. Yeah. Not the most aggressive 2-drop, but fine card nonetheless. Okay, Mutiny Wield, that's a good news. Also, Voracious Vampire I do like quite a bit, but we're gonna be more into the pirate theme than vampire, so this loses a bit of value. Getting a bunch of good things here. Evolving Wilds. I don't really tend to main deck that when I just have decent double color and mana base and my deck is rather aggressive. Having an enter battlefield tap land is kind of costly. Can be costly at least. However, if we want to splash, could see playing that. Late Martyr of Dusk, I think. We're pretty deep into red, I think. I don't think there's a chance we go black-white instead. Maybe. Dark Ink we're a very fringe sideboard deck. You know, if we open a Bomber, Vampire Bomber, I don't know, Profane Procession, not a Vampire but black-white, we could still go into white maybe, so let's pick these. Cleansing Ray, actually good sideboard option. I've never boarded Shatter or seen Shatter being boarded in this set. It just doesn't really kill anything relevant. Speaking of white Bomber Airs, Bishop of Binding is pretty sick. It does get killed by a lot of things, so there is that, but you know, when it doesn't get killed, it kinda wins. Yeah, and there's nothing insanely good in red-black, so I guess we'll pick that. Doesn't mean we will be white and we'll try to go white. We could also splash for that, maybe, but definitely gonna see where this leads us. I do like Grasping Scoundrel and Daring Buccaneer quite a bit. Also Buccaneer's Bravado is pretty good. I'm gonna go with Scoundrel, which I don't really mind playing even in black-white Vampire. It's just a nice 1-drop, I think. Whereas there's a chance we don't end up playing red. So I think if we end up red-black Pirate, Buccaneer is a little bit better. But there's a small chance we just go white-black. Maybe not a small chance. There's a chance we play white-black and this is playable in white-black, even though it's a pirate, and you know, it's just solid 1-drop. Alright, another Scoundrel, another Dusk Legion Zealot, Bravado again. Foreigner of the Heralds is great. These 2 rares are not very good. Arterial Flow is rather solid, I think, if you have a couple of vampires. I like picking either Zealot or Scoundrel here. I think it's gonna be Zealot, slightly better. Okay, Reverse Ambush, pretty nice. I think I still like it more than Hunger. Yeah, being able to target is pretty important. Also, Exile is sometimes relevant. We might there's like 4 Buccaneers Bravado. We might wheel some of them. And Bond is good, but again, we might not be white, so if we can pick black cards, it's just better all around. 3rd Zealot, alright. Don't mind Glorifier if you end up playing white, but I'm not sure about that. Just like this card a lot. It's good that we have decent curve and a good amount of 2-drop in black. Like, our black is just solid. And then, whether we go red or white, you know, I think we'll have a pretty good deck. We could go Mardu and splash for the Bishop of Binding, maybe. White does not seem very open, I feel like. Kinda depends on what wheels. Like, if we wheel the Daring Buccaneer, the 2/2 for 1, alongside a couple Buccaneers Bravado, I'm way more likely gonna try to play red. Interesting. So we could pick Sanguine Glorifier and, you know, maybe just go white-black. Or we could pick Evolving Wild, which makes the plan of just being red-white, splash for Bishop a little bit more likely to happen. I think I like that. That's a late Moment of Craving. Also fairly late Vampire and Hunter. Gonna pick the Rainfall, but pretty happy to get these. Okay, we got a Recover, sweet. As I said, really happy to run one of these in pretty much all my decks. My black decks, I guess. I think I like Vampire Revenant a little bit more than Desk Charger. There's another Mutiny though. I think it's gonna be Mutiny. I don't feel like white is very open. Don't really like the Desk Charger, but who knows. Scoundrels. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't feel like white is particularly open. I guess this could be playable just because we have 3 Zealot, even though we are not really a Vampire deck. I think that there's a decent chance we just splash for that Bishop of Binding. Not sure if it's worth it, but the card is quite strong and we have 2 Evolving Wilds, so... On the other hand, we are playing fairly low-curved, aggressive deck. Now, I guess with 3 Zealots as 2 drops, the deck is not that aggressive, actually. The more aggressive you are, you know, the more costly it is to have enter battlefield tapped land. The lower you... I guess it's not really a matter of being aggressive, it's pretty much like the lower your curve is, the more you want to curve out and go 1, 2, 3, or at least 2, 3, 4, the more costly it is to play Evolving Wilds. I think it's fine here, though, splashing for the Bishop. Just gonna grab that Lightning Strike here. I think it's the best card. I guess Reapjaw Raptor might be the best card in the pack. Though I'm not even sure, Lightning Strike might just be better. Either way, in our colors, it's definitely the best card. And maybe it's even better than Raptor. So we're gonna be splashing for white, so one could pick Interdiction. The thing is, we don't really need more Revolt. We have 3 Mutiny, Lightning Strike, Moment of Craving, Double Impale, Bishop's also Revolt. I think we just want more creatures. And I don't mind Stormfleet Pyromancer. I think it's solid. Okay, looks like Skymarch Bloodletter. Nice 3-drop for us. Also gives us a bit more vampires, which is nice because of Voracious Vampire. Interesting. I do like Freebooter a lot, and we have already a lot of Revolt, but Contract Killing also helps with splashing Bishop of Binding, so it's pretty nice to... Yeah, I think it's gonna be Contract Killing. We already have 6 2-drops, so... And really like the fact that it helps with the splash. I could see other scenarios, or I don't know, other decks where you would just pick the Freebooter. I really like Freebooter. Don't think we're gonna splash for Vanguard. Card is strong, but it's a lot stronger on turn 2 than it is later, so I don't think it's gonna happen. There might be matchup where we want that just because we need a large flyer. I don't think it's very appealing in the current setting though. Right now we want more creatures. Sure Strike's not bad, but mostly we'd like more creatures, but not Desperate Castaways. We have like very few artifacts or treasure. Nothing's great. Could play one Suncrown Hunter actually. Don't mind that. Yeah, so we're gonna be just, you know, white-red, rather aggressive, but not full aggro. A lot of Revol, and a Bishop of Binding, I guess. Is Deathless Ancient just better than Hunter? Like, we're never gonna get that back from the... I guess we have 3 Zealot. It's not completely impossible. It's not gonna happen though, I think. Should not count on that as being something other than just a 4/4 fly for 6. Is that better than Suncrown Hunter? Maybe it's also slightly better with the mana. We have a lot of black, a lot of double black and no double red. This is turn 6 though. I don't know. I don't mind playing one of these. Maybe, I think Deathless might be a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not gonna splash for Hammerskull. Green Captain's Goal. Is that somehow good? We have Pirates, Merfolk. Sorry, Pirates and Vampire, but yeah, nothing else. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. If there's a matchup that's really grindy, maybe. Dress have more recover though. Might play Dusk Charger actually. Card is not terrible. That's late Emissary of Sunrise. Late Depths, late. Everything is late here except for Goblin maybe. Don't feel like it's worth splashing for that. Not even sure it's worth splashing for Bishop of Binding. I feel like this thing is just gonna die. And we have a lot of removal already, so it's not like we need that too badly. I feel like with triple Zealots that cantrips, we can afford to play 16 lands. Actually, I'm gonna go with 16 lands and no 6 drop, I think. Yeah, I like that. I guess Evolving Wilds thin the deck a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Our curve is still relatively low, and again, 3 Zealots, cantrips, which helps with hitting land drops. Alright, deck is fine. Not insane, but solid. It's just decent creatures, very good removal. Kind of looks like the first deck I actually built, if I remember correctly. I've done some other draft in between. This is not my second Ixalan draft, it's a second on the channel, but I think I've done probably around 5-ish drafts in between. I've done quite a bit of sealed too, but yeah, about 5 drafts. Ooh, Heartless PLH I do like actually quite a bit. This soldier has no business being here. It was probably one of the best uncommon in Ixalan, and I don't think the rating changed a lot. It might be a bit worse, but not a lot, so yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna splash for a 2-drop though. I like that more than Sure Strike. I feel like Sure Strike is not... I guess Sure Strike is very good with Trailblazer. In a deck that's relatively low on creature and pretty high on removal though, I feel like Sure Strike is not as appealing. Ooh, Vicious Conquistador. I think it's pretty good here. Over Dusk Charger. Sure. Our deck ends up being ends up being a little bit more aggressive than I thought, I guess. And this helps with the Bishop splash. Maybe I'm supposed to cut 1 Mutiny for a Dusk Charger. 15 creatures sounds like a slightly better number, and we have like already 2 Mutiny. Also in a deck that generally has a lot of removal, Mutiny loses a little bit of value because you'll tend to kill a lot of creatures, so there's more ways where the opponent, or games where the opponent will be left with 1 creature, and if they are left with 1 creature, Mutiny is not as good. So I think, yeah, this is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 removal. That's way more than enough. So I think we just want an extra creature here. We're actually almost mono black splashing for red and black. Still wanted this one of red to cast this on turn 2, but something like definitely 1 plains. And then this would be 10 black, which is good. 6 red sounds fine. Could see going up to 7 though. But we would have to go down to 9 black. The thing is, Goblin Trailblazer is still pretty good a little bit later, so it's not even something you really need to cast on turn 2. We have a couple good enough number of black 1-drop. I think this is gonna be that. It's 15 though. Huh. So there's 1 too many cards? What's up? What have I done? Oh. Yeah. Weird. I thought I counted right. Is there one card here that's sneaked in the deck that I don't want? I don't feel like. No, okay, well. Can't play 15. I guess we'll cut the Charger, which is rather exciting, and we'll get to play one more Mountain, which is good. Make it into a 10-7 mana base, plus, you know, the planes. Alright, so that's gonna be that. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot and we'll be back for round 1. Thank you for watching, and see you for round 1.